What are you going to do then? Nothing wrong with talking. We should talk. We should use diplomacy in our everyday life and when it comes to international politics.
Yes.
Of course we should do that. But to say you'd never fight, you'd never be strong, what is the civil disobedience? Knock it off.
It's crazy. Izzo brought up a good point again last night. He was saying, look, we go into a war. What we need to do is take the enemy and make them so terrified to ever come up against us again.
You got to make them think you're crazy.
Yes. The purpose of an army is to kill people and break things. That's what they do. You have at some point in this world, you're going to face somebody, and you better be able. I mean, if they're a bully, like you said, and they won't stop, you got to kick their ass.
Some of this stuff is in The Art of War. You ever read The Art of War? It's not long, and it's brilliant.
Strangely, I read The Art of Peace.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. It's not that long. It lays out a handful of rules. Things like every war is fought before, or is won before it's fought, won or lost before it's fought.
That makes sense.
And it's stuff like that. It's the marketing of it. Those people are crazy. Mm-hmm. I better leave them alone. Right?
Yeah.
It gets in your head. It's self-doubt. It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, let me lay this out, Gillette. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt for a moment and say that you believe you were doing good for the world. In your crazy-ass progressive world, you believe you were doing good. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to throw all else out the window for just a moment and say you were trying to do good in the world. Are you prioritizing that good? Which is the greatest problem? What are the greatest problems in the world, in America today? How about in your community of Cincinnati? They're owned by Procter & Gamble.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're officially headquartered, but Procter & Gamble owns them, and they're located in Southwest Ohio. Are you you're prioritizing the toxic masculinity, as you laid out, of men recognizing that a woman is hot or not? That a man recognizing, hey, amongst other guys, I could tell some inappropriate jokes, slap each other on the back, drink a beer. That a man could head up a corporation, could play a stereotypical traditional American male role. That's all toxic. That's toxic and hurting America, and it's the priority. Because I ask you, if you believe you're doing good, and you prioritize that, what did you prioritize it over? Think for a moment. All the problems in the world. Let's throw out most of the problems, just saying you want to help people. Is there anybody else out there that needs help right now? Anybody at all? Maybe veterans? The tens of thousands of veterans who last night, while you were slapping yourselves on the back at Gillette headquarters for getting all of this publicity, we got a bunch of people talking about razors today. Good, bad. We're going to come out on the other side of this having sold a lot of razors.
That's their goal.
Well, you were doing that, and you went home to your little mansions in Indian Hills or wherever the hell you live in southwestern Ohio. There were men and women sleeping on the street last night, some of them veterans. Why didn't you put that much effort into reminding people of what veterans have accomplished for America, some of those toxic men, some of their service having created a more toxic environment for them when they got back, created more toxicity in men. You don't think going to war and going through all that makes you a little more toxic from their standard? Of course it does. So all you wanted to do was badmouth them? All you want to do is paint them as horrible people and other men need to hold them accountable? Where's the help for them, Gillette? Now, Gillette may donate the veterans' causes. I tried to find. I can't find it.
Yeah,
Procter & Gamble may as well, their parent company. And I'm happy to take that information, P&G. Until then, I'm going to assume you don't donate as much. I couldn't find it. Well, and you certainly give your money to a bunch of other progressive causes. Where were you when you were trashing men, creating this video, when you conceptualized it, when you wrote it, when your people got together and you test marketed it? Where were you in helping veterans?
They weren't.
Where were you in helping males go to college? For over 25 years, women have graduated with college degrees far ahead of men. We're creating a society where women are educated and men are not. Do you donate to men so they can go to college? How about that as a priority? How about the boys and girls that starve right across the river in Kentucky or rural Ohio? or across the border in southeastern Indiana, just in your community. What are you doing? How dare you prioritize this, even if you think it's a problem, over all of those other things, some of them men? Do you think the boys of today are going to be strong men tomorrow when they don't have proper nutrition or guidance? When mommy starts dating a new boyfriend and allows the boyfriend to be cruel to the kid, or she goes along with it and cruel, she's not held accountable for this either? What about the moms that are not raising proper boys? You don't think they're going to be bad men of tomorrow? What about the younger men of today that serve this country that are living on the street right now? You don't think without food and shelter and proper medical and psychological care from traumatic brain injury that they're not going to be worse men tomorrow? How dare you? How dare you prioritize this, even if you think it's a problem? And maybe it's just my toxic masculinity, but I swear to God, if the CEO right now was sitting here, it would be difficult not for me to punch him in his MFing face. How dare you? Where are you helping veterans? Instead, you're just trashing them. Who do you think expresses more toxic masculinity today? The average guy who didn't serve, who has a nice little job and a wife living in some little progressive community, and him and his wife, they go down and they help, they donate their time to rescue, boxers or something. Maybe chihuahuas. They do this.
Great.
And he does this, and he's going to raise the proper children. Or the guy who served, who is living with PTSD or traumatic brain injury. They're not in their right mind. Who do you think is going to be more toxic by your standard? How dare you? And even if you're a bunch of progressives and you don't care so much for veterans or my causes or America or personal freedoms or anything else you should prioritize, what about other progressive causes? They prioritize this crap over other progressive causes. What are razors made out of?
Steel.
And?
Plastic.
Oh. How much plastic gets dumped into landfills every year because of Procter & Gamble?
Mm-hmm.
Just the razors alone from Gillette. How much plastic gets dumped into landfills? And what are you doing about that? Do you know one of the main things in landfills today that do not break down? Two main things. Those stupid plastic bags
yes,
that we all get at the supermarket now,
mm-hmm.
and diapers.
Yeah. Items of convenience. Ironically, the plastic bags break down faster in the sun.
Even with the progressive agenda.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a problem?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your commercial saying, maybe we ought to go back to some traditional values where we use cloth diapers and you wash them out so we're not filling the landfills with this stuff?
And paper bags.
So you don't want any traditional values, even when those traditional values or actions would fall within your other progressive agenda? Why? Because they're full of crap. This is about money. This is about cash. And yes, how dare you pretend it's not about anything else? The reason you're not encouraging people to use cloth diapers, which would be better for the landfills, is because you're trying to sell a bunch of friggin' diapers and you don't give a flying fig if they all get dumped in the landfills. And you're trying to sell razors and you don't give a crap if all that plastic and everything else ends up in the landfills. You don't care about veterans. You don't care about America. You don't care about personal freedoms. And you certainly don't care about women. You don't care about any of that stuff, but you're marketing as if you did. And I am going to hold you accountable, Gillette and Procter & Gamble. You are going to be the constant reminder of bad corporate America, of corporatism and cronyism. And I am going to beat your ass every chance I get from here on out. Until you rescind this, until you speak out against the abuses of men by corporations and progressive campaigns, you are going to be the butt of my jokes and anger and fury forevermore. Move over, hot and ready. We've got a new contender for the target of my rage and mockery.
A free exchange of